We have all watched the event in Syria this week with growing alarm. We have seen heavy artillery shelling and tank fire in densely populated neighborhoods across the country. A major assault on homes took place yesterday. The civilian losses have clearly been heavy. We continue to receive grisly reports of summary executions, arbitrary detentions, and torture. In Homs, Hama, and elsewhere, the brutal fighting has trapped civilians in their homes without food, heat, or electricity or medical care, without any chance of evacuating the wounded or burying the dead. People have been reduced to melting snow for drinking water. This atrocious assault is all the more appalling for having been raised by the government itself, systemically attacking its own people. All agree we must act in the face of this escalating crisis. Yesterday, the Security Council deplored the rapidly deteriorating humanitarian situation and demanded access for relief workers. I welcome the Council's clear and strong statement. The Human Rights Council, meeting in Geneva, condemned the widespread and systematic violations of human rights and demanded an immediate end to the violence. I'm extremely disappointed that the UN Emergency Relief Coordinator, Ms. Valerie Amos, has not been able to travel to Syria despite repeated assurances. I once again urge the authorities to allow her to visit as soon as possible so that humanitarian relief workers can reach the many thousands of people who desperately need assistance. Today, teams from the International Committee of the Red Cross and the Syrian Arab Red Crescent Society have been permitted to enter homes, but they are waiting to get access to Babu Amur. It is essential that aid workers be allowed to help civilians in the most devastated areas of the city. As of this moment, assistance still cannot get through. As you know, the joint UN Arab League Special Envoy, the Honorable Kofi Annan, will depart from New York this evening. During the past 2 days, he has been consulting intensively with the member states, including members of the Security Council and the Arab Group, as well as the Syrian mission and other concerned stakeholders. He plans to travel next week to Cairo for consultations with the Secretary General of the League of Arab States and to a number of other regional capitals, including Damascus. My predecessor has taken on a difficult mission with immense challenges. He needs the full and undivided support of the international community, speaking in one voice. Excellencies, let me turn now to the particulars of the situation. The deepening humanitarian crisis, the increasingly worrying human rights picture, and the political process that we hope will chart the way ahead. The Secretariat has sent a note verbal to the Permanent Mission of Syria requesting its response to the clear demands set forth in General Assembly Resolution 66-253, dated 16 February. We received a reply yesterday. The Secretariat has also requested information from the League of Arab States on what member states are doing to support the Arab League initiative. In the past 2 weeks, I have remained in close contact with the Secretary General of the League of Arab States. I met him last week in London and spoke with him as recently as yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, the Syrian government has failed to deliver on its responsibility to protect its people. Civilian populations are under military assault in several cities. The disproportionate use of force by Syrian authorities has driven what had been largely peaceful opposition forces to resort to take up arms in some cases. But let us be clear, the opposition's firepower appears to be minimal compared to the heavy weapons being used by the Syrian army.